Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Level Up Gaming Live. We will be finishing Policenauts today, which will be... Oh, man. What are we on now? Like, Acts 5 through 7. So, let's see if I remember to hit the right one, the M3U file. And then let me switch over to PC game as our source. You notice I'm doing today's stream a little early. The main reason for that is I'm going to be participating in my college's, we're starting up an esports team sort of this semester, next semester, and I'm the vice president there of the esports team, so we will be doing a 24-hour streamathon to help us raise some funds. So that's why I'm doing the stream a little bit earlier than usual. So we're basically going to be finishing Policenauts in one go, and I might start speeding through a lot of things. The acts themselves tend to get really fast at this point, but like I said, even more so, just so that I have some time to get ready for the streamathon. So let's see, internal memory, continue, Act 5, insert disk 3, so it's F8. Start application. Also, my headset is not outputting to the right audio, so hang on. Okay, let's view the summary screen. Oh shit, probably, let's see. Let's try this again. I had to close Mednafen and open it back up. Let's see if we can just load from disk 3. So yeah, I've got a pretty busy stream ahead of me, I would say. Yep, Konami. Man, what a fall from grace there. Internal memory. Try lowering the volume, granted I'm probably... Alright, let's view that summary screen again. Searching for Kenzo Hojo at Lorraine's request, Jonathan is framed by Tokugawa and Gates for Hojo's murder. After infiltrating BCCH to clear his name, he learns a terrifying secret. All bodies on Beyond are being sent to Tokugawa's moon planet via BCCH. He and Ed head to Plato Crater on the moon to figure out what is going on. Come on, man, I thought Ed was omniscient. We established that during the bomb minigame. But, yeah, we are headed to the moon. This is Act 5, Lunar. Face looks familiar.
皆様の徳川へのご投資がこのように全人類に役立っているのがお分かりかと思います。紀元前ギリシャのルキアノスが月旅行の空想小説を書いてからうまく月面工場へ潜り込めたな。しかし株主見学ツアーとは考えたもんだ。だがサルバトーレに気づかれると大変だぞ。
大丈夫だ。宇宙服を着ていれば見つからん。 宇宙服なんて着るの何年ぶりだろう。
さあ、ジョナサン、フェイスプレートの濃度を上げろ。音声出力も変調させておくんだぞ。
分かってる。石田のやり方なら。
しかし、宇宙服を着るときぐらいタバコを離したらどうだ。
これがないと落ち着かない。
死ぬまで何かに頼って生きるつもりか。
エド。
まあいい。サルバトーレの話を聞こう。それとなくダイナ工事について探りをやってみるんだ。
本来なら仙台服のようなラフな格好でご案内したいのですが、当工場は宇宙ホテルのような設備が整っておりません。1気圧に油圧されていますが、安全のために宇宙服は着たままでお願いします。それでは私だけ喋っていても退屈でしょうから、皆様からの質問を頂戴したいと思います。月面工場の全貌と各設備はここから窓越しに見渡せます。皆様のバイザー内のアイポイントセンサーと連動していますので、指示は目線でわかります。さあ、どなたかご質問は。
Okay, now we have control. So, from what I heard in the Japanese, our host is apparently, yep, Salvatore Toscanini. We met him in Act 1, and he did say he was working for Tokugawa on the moon plant. And, you know, given our current relation with other individuals in Tokugawa, it's safe to say that he is probably not our friend here. Tokugawa shareholders. Yeah, so we're on a shareholders tour. Earth is always visible from here. That's the mass driver, a giant catapult driven by a linear motor. To put it simply, it launches payloads towards L2 at speeds of over 2.4 kilometers per second. That object looks like a track is an acceleration rail that launches linear motor cars, also called buckets. The rail is almost 7 kilometers long. Our windows are reinforced with 3 layers of 2-inch thick lead glass to help protect against the levels of cosmic radiation. The model of the Tokugawa building captured every detail of the real thing. So, questions. These are solar parabolic mirrors for generating electricity. They provide a good chunk of the energy we use here. The moon takes about 27 days to orbit the Earth, so they operate for the 14 or so days of sunlight here, changing their angles according to the position of the sun. Break. This glass can't be broken with your bare hands. It isn't like what you see in the old sci-fi movies. The staff quarters. The buildings here are constructed out of concrete made from lunar regolith. Concrete is an excellent material. It offers protection from cosmic rays, it insulates, and it's durable. Concrete made from lunar regolith is over twice as strong as any concrete made on Earth. We're presently not using that factory for manufacturing purposes. That might be it. It's being used solely as a makeshift warehouse at the moment. There's nothing of... He's not being too open about what's over there. Even at this level of protection, shutters are automatically lowered during periods of intense solar flare activity to provide additional reinforcement. Yeah, he's not being super open with, I think that's our target right there. That tank is used for storing substances such as liquid hydrogen and liquid nitrogen. I'm happy to take any questions on aerosol facilities too. I guess we gotta ask about... Nice to see someone finally has a question. Go ahead, ask anything you want. The plant location. The Tokugawa moon plant is located on the near side of the moon in the Plato crater, which is itself situated on the northern shore of Mare Imbrium, the moon's second largest mare. Mare Imbrium means Sea of Rains. The Plato crater is approximately 100 kilometers in diameter, with its smooth floor widely known as one of the darkest places on the moon. It's a considerable distance to the nearest base, so you could say we're pretty isolated here. The only way to get here is by LSM from a lunar orbit and space station. The plant is powered by solar energy as well as helium-3 nuclear fusion. We gather solar energy through the parabolic mirrors you were looking at. Helium-3 is almost non-existent on Earth, but is found in relatively large quantities here on the Moon. We're able to produce 1 kilo of helium-3 from 100,000 tons of lunar regolith. There are numerous minerals found in abundance on the Moon, such as ilmenite, for example. We mine and process these, and what we don't use here is experimental Earth and space mining, such as helium. Nearly all the materials used to construct the plants come from lunar resources, and then they're exported via the mass drive. Helium-3 nuclear fusion and conventional is a virtually clean process that doesn't cause any secondary radiation. Low gravity, ultra low temperature, and high vacuum sterile environment allows us to manufacture made on the Moon drugs and other products with very high purity. The employees we have here include computer engineers, geologists, astronomers, physicists, biologists, chemists, state clinical scientists, doctors, architects, and security officers such as myself. We're all employees of the Tokugawa Group. We have a little under 60 employees total. We're expected to the UN twice a year, but apart from that, it's just us. There are no intervening government organizations. We have a total of 7 factories in the Moon plant, numbered 1 through 7. Each factory manufactures a variety of Moon-related projects around the clock. The insides of the factories all contain sensitive business information, so I'm afraid I'm unable to show you inside any of them. For instance, I'm sure you are aware that the very effective helium-3 purification process in here is a patent of the Tokugawa Group.
第7工場は何をやっているところですか？カタログにも載っていないんですが。
第7工場。さっきポインティングしてた工場
So
の
that
こ
was
と
the
ですか？
number 7 factory over there.
ああ、あそこは採掘した鉱石などをしまっておく倉庫だったんです。
あそこの露天掘りは枯れてるんでしょう。ベニウムさんもね。
よくご存知ですね。以前の話ですよ。今は閉鎖されています。汚染廃棄物の捨て場になっています。今は第6工場までしか稼働していません。それはそうと、あなたの音声出力は少し変ですね。後で係の者に言ってください。
So that's the number 7 over there. It's no longer being used for production, even though I'm unable to settle for looking at it. Moon's radius is 1738 kilometers or 1/4 of Earth's. Its average distance is 380. Its average distance from Earth is 385,000 kilometers and orbits at a speed of just over 1 kilometer per second. Its gravity is 1/6 of Earth's, and its mass 1/81st. Currently daytime here. The temperature can rise as high as 123 degrees Celsius in sunlight and fall as low as -233 in darkness. To the far southeast you will find the Mare Tranquillitatis, or Sea of Tranquility, where astronauts Armstrong and Aldrin landed near the equator with Apollo 11. The footprints they left behind have been preserved and are now a famous tourist destination. To the west of here, you can find the beautiful Sinus Iridum, which translates to Rainbow Bay. Located just to the south is Archimedes Crater, a city that will house some 10,000 people is currently under construction there. It's scheduled to be completed in about 10 years' time, so they're going to colonize the moon now. You're very interested in the moon, aren't you? Spacesuits which you're all wearing are semi-hard extravehicular mobility units, or EMUs, made from materials such as aluminum alloys and stainless steel. The composition allows the suit's internal pressure to be set at 0.7 bar, thus reducing the depressurization time on spacesuits and spaceships and space stations. You may find them somewhat difficult to move in, but various parts like the arms, legs, and boots are made out of materials such as polyester and urethane resin, which I think helps keep any real discomfort to a minimum. Also, the soles of your boots and the carpet inside the plant are both covered with Velcro, making it easier to walk. Collection device, well, the two aren't connected. In the interest of safety, please do not go near any of the restricted areas. The number 7 factory is particularly dangerous due to the contaminated materials stored inside. On the moon, one day lasts about 1 month. This tends to upset human circadian rhythm, or our rhythm of life. This can lead to fatigue as well as bring about various changes in the body. You should try to maintain a regular daily schedule and stick to the suggested sleeping hours while on the moon. I'm gonna have to wrap up the questions in a minute. When I explained about the glass here a moment ago, I said there's no need to worry about cosmic radiation. We can indeed avoid direct sunlight here because the plant is located at the bottom of a crater. However, should you find yourself somewhere elsewhere during the solar maximum, please be sure to avoid any direct sunlight. There's a real danger of high-level radiation exposure. Hope I've satisfied your curiosity. Unfortunately, that's about all the time we have. We'll need to be moving on now.
それでは徳川月面工場について十分ご理解されたことと思います。出発の時間です。次の LSM 便は1ヶ月先となりますので、お乗り遅れのないようにお願いします。またの機会にいい旅を。
Oh. It appears as though Jonathan and Ed have disappeared, using Ed's omniscient powers of omniscience. Oh no, they were just over at the window.
LSM が月周回ステーションへ帰っていく。
これでもう帰れないぞ。アルキメデスクレーターまで歩いていくわけにはいかん。覚悟はいいな。
LSM が向こうに着くまで乗客のチェックはない。それまで俺たちは自由に行動できる。
やはり第7工場だ。あそこが怪しい。
さっきもサルバトーレの応対がおかしかったしな。北条の死体は第7工場に送られたことになっていたんだ。
さあ、第7工場を調べに行こう。中央案内所だ。閉めたぞ。誰もいないようだ。
Paper table. Guess that's where we're going.
おい、エンプスだ。なんでエンプスが月面に？
AP がいるってことだ。あれは月面用に改造されてるようだがな。
ますます怪しいな。民間の企業がエンプスを警備に使用してるなんて。何が閉鎖中の倉庫だ。サルバトーレのやつ。
I don't know about you, but there's only 60 people on the moon, 60 employees, and two EMPS units are dedicated to guarding this old-ass warehouse. Something tells me something's not adding up. Number 7 factor, the door's closed. There should be a lock system somewhere. This is a moon EMPS, an EMPS modified for use on the moon. It's called the Oberth. You must be able to pilot it without removing your spacesuit. Oh, I see. So there's extra room. They're used for mining operations here. They're armed pretty light for EMPS. Their armor doesn't look thick because they're only used on the moon. The lock system. It's the same as the one in Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals.
北条の ID カードはゲイツに没収された。
心配するな。俺が BCP からくすねてきた。
Damn, Ed, how have you not got caught? Also, like, knowing what I know about, like,
ジョナサン、
security and
扉が開いた
access
ぞ。
control from my, like, experience with sort of just basic IT, the best practice is usually when somebody either leaves the company, you know, whether that's being fired, quitting, dying, in this case, Hojo, usually you, basically wipe their ID cards. You know, everything's generally tied to a central access control system, and you just like wipe it clean so that their card can't be used. For this very exact reason, two unauthorized individuals now have access to the to their number 7 factory.
中に入るぞ。いいな。
Excellent work.
よし、中に入った。表のハッチを閉めるぞ。
さあ、正面の扉を開けるぞ。
待て。もう少しで減圧が終わる。OK だ、オールグリーン。何があるかわからん。ヘルメットはかぶったままで行こう。
賛成だ。顔を見られたくないしな。
扉を開けるぞ。
What the shit?
これは
バイオモートの山だ。
Holy fuck.
エド、ハードスーツに内蔵されているバーチャルレコーダーを回せ。ビヨンドへ帰って BBC へ渡す。
分かった。
エド、一体奴らは何を。
北条の死体を探そう。 VTR に収める。月資源を探査するときに使うものだ。ある程度の立証にはなるはず。
Holy shit. This was bigger than I thought. Nutrients and carrier waste products. So the people are still alive clinically, but they're just brain dead. I guess that's my understanding of biomorphs. The living dead.
北条の死体は
Sojo?
これか。
脳死状態の死体だ。
Brain dead.
通常静死体、バイオモードとか心死体、ネオモードとか言われている。
脳の機能は停止しているが、人工呼吸器や生命維持システムで死体を生かしているんだ。それじゃあ北条の死体はこっちか。
Preserving organs. So what they use Victor fighting for is pass the age limit for donation. So check out the other guys. The fellas aren't dead. Bastards. Get the feeling they're gonna be inferior. Where do you think Kojo's body is? Bastards.
これは
Oh,
ジョナサン、あったぞ。
we
北
found
条
him.
の死体だ。
弾痕が直してある。ちゃんと縫合して。
見ろ。臓器が傷つかないようにわざと狙いを外して撃ち込んである。ビクトルの言った通りだ。奴らは北条のバイオモートを使ってお前をはめたんだ。
手際がいいな。死体をトリックに使い、すぐさま回収してバイオモートとしてここに保管している。
Jeez, so they just keep
ビ
his
ヨン
body
ドを
there.
探しても見つからんはずだ。
This is where he's been
北
the
条
whole
はここに
time.
ずっといたんだ。
They brought him back.
立証できるか。
VTR だけではどうかな。今の技術じゃ VTR の細工は簡単だからな。
細工ができるということは、細工を見破る技術も進歩してるってことだ。
ああ、このバーチャルレコーダーは画像だけでなく各種のセンサーデータも同時に収録できるしな。
この映像は彼には見せられん。
So they brought him, so they injected him with the drugs to turn him into a biomorph to render him brain dead. So they put the drugs in him to render him a biomorph. They sent him up to the moon, and then when they were ready to frame Jonathan, they brought him back from the moon, shot him, and left him there, and then they brought him back up. But they were careful not to hit any organs.
ジョナサン、デイブ、デイブだ。デイブ。
ほら、エド。腎臓を摘出した跡がある。縫合してあるが、BCCH で見た腎臓を刈り取った跡だ。
刈り取った臓器は人工臓器が代役を果たしているようだ。
この状態でどこまで組織を生かせられるんだ。
普通脳死状態でほっとくと3日から4日後に心停止に至るんだが、昇圧剤、利尿剤などの延命剤の投与で心停止を引き延ばせるらしい。
stairs, I guess.
嫌な予感は的中した。なんてこった。幼児の死体まである。
ひどいことを。あのモニターは証券取引所のようだ。
Oh yeah, there was a screen up on the hanging from the ceiling.
分かったぞ。徳川はビヨンドやホームからバイオモートをこの月に集め、全宇宙へ向けての臓器密売を行っていたんだ。
ここにあるバイオモートは商品である臓器や組織を保存する容器ってわけだな。
Oh my god, this is disgusting.
北条が行方不明になったのもデイブの死体が消えたの
And to think, the most powerful
バイオ
person
モ
in
ートとし
space
て
is
臓
behind
器
all
密売に
this.
利用するためだったんだ。
Jesus.
BCP で正規の死体解剖が行われなかったのはそういう裏があったんだ。
北条もデイブも商品のストックにされた。もうじきビクトルも送られてくる。
Did Victor go up on that flight with us or
石田の言いかけたもっと恐ろしいことっていうのは臓器密売のことだったんだ。
俺たちは目先のことしか見てなかった。
not? So the narc trafficking was the least
奴ら
of
が隠そうと躍起になっていたのはナークの件ではなくこのことだったんだ。
その通りだ、ジョナサン。
it. Oh shit.
誰だ。
しばらくぶりだな、ジョナサン、エド。こんなところで会えるとは思わなかったよ。
その声は。
そうだ、私だよ。
We're gonna keep playing the pronoun game here? Oh, it's our friend Salvatore.
よう
Salvatore.
こそお二人さん、月世界セレノスフェアへ。
サルバトーレ、貴様も徳川の犬とはな。
ここで何をしてる？
見ての通りさ。ホームやビヨンドからバイオモートを買い取り、ここで保存。我々の臓器配分ネットワークとリンク、電話一本で全世界への臓器提供を行っている。商品には専門の処理と加工を施してな。そのための専門医を抱えている。どこの国の政府機関もできないことを我々がしている。
臓器の密売用か。
ホームのマフィアや組織にナーコを提供する代わりに彼らから健康な死体をもらう。人身売買、誘拐、殺人。バイオモートの入手方法は彼らが決める。
地球で頻発してる幼児誘拐はこのためか。
This conspiracy extends all the way to hell. Back to Earth.
君らが必死になって追っていたナークカプセルは単なる彼らへのサービスの一つに過ぎん。
腑に落ちんな。なぜ黒消しの栽培だけをビヨンドでする？ここで栽培すれば安全なはず。
いい質問だ。この月面では、ここでは黒消しは実をつけんのだよ。黒消しのような繊細な種の栽培は無理だ。重力生物学はまだ現象を説明することしかできない。
それでビヨンド内で栽培を。
サルバトーレ、自分が何をしてるか分かってるのか。
分かってるさ。慈善事業だ。誰もができないことを我々がやってる。もちろん金はいただくがね。宇宙開発の陰にはドラッグと臓器が必要だ。人類は宇宙環境に適応できない。漆黒の宇宙空間、あの孤立感。選ばれて訓練されたものでも頭がおかしくなる。ジョナサン、お前もよく理解できるだろう。薬なしのクリーンな宇宙旅行はせいぜいこの月まで
だ。だから許されるというの
だ。たかが麻薬だ。我々は麻薬がなければ生きてゆけんのだ。そして降り注ぐ宇宙船、無重量。人体や遺伝子にさまざまな影響が出る。薬と同様、宇宙開発には臓器のスペアが必要なんだ。見ろ、このバイオモート。人類のスペア部品だ。宇宙開発で傷つき病んだ我々を救ってくれる。ここは6分の1時。バイオモートの保存にもってこいだ。ホームだと床ずれの心配がある。逆に無重量だと臓器の機能が弱る。まさに月は臓器保存に最適の地なんだ。刈り取った商品は加工した後に月資源に混ぜてマスドライバーで送る。
加工？
臓器移植といってもさまざまなケースがある。我々は必要な臓器を必要な状態に加工してすぐ移植できるようにしている。高齢者や感染症を起こしているバイオモート以外は全てここへ送られる。
じゃあなぜビクトルのような高齢者を？
バイオモートの利用方法は移植用臓器や血液の保存のみではない。北条やビクトルのような高齢者のバイオモートは希少なホルモンなどの生産や新薬開発用の実験体として使われる。若い女のバイオモートは人工子宮として子供を産むこともできる。もう代理母の必要もない。北条は特異的な血液型所有者なので血液の生産用に保存している。全世界に臓器が不足している。毎日のようにニュースではその話題だ。どうだね、宇宙医学のために十分なっているだろ。ライド、お前も我々の臓器ネットワークの存在を知っていれば女房は助かったのにな。
キャサリン。
宇宙開発とドラッグ、そして将来的なドナーの欠乏、そこにいち早く目をつけたのが徳川だ。奴はこのことを30年前に予測していた。
救世主サルバドール気取りだな。サルバトーレ。
今から30年前、ポリスノーツとしてビヨンドへ派遣された時、徳川からこの計画を持ちかけられた。徳川、ゲイツ、そして私は徳川の財力とコネクション、さらに BCP を操作してビヨンドに君臨する策略を練った。その長期にわたる計画にはエドとジョナサン、お前らのような金と権力に欲のない道徳論者が邪魔だった。
まさかあの事故。
なんてことだ。
30年前のエンプス、ユーリーの暴走事故。徳川の命令で私が細工した。事故後、救助活動を遅らせるようにしたのはゲイツだ。
あれが人為的な事故。
しかし貴様が生きていようとはしぶといやつだ。すでに我々の計画は成功し、システムは起動している。今となってはお前らがどう叫ぼうとびくともせんが、徳川を怒らせてしまったからな。始末せねばならん。
サルバトーレ。
エド、ジョナサン、悲しい顔をするな。お前たちを見送った後、すぐにでもお前たちの家族や仲間たちに会わしてやる。あの世でな。
しまった。マークやアナも。
お前らプラトークレーターの語源を知ってるか？
ギリシャ神話のプルトン。
そう、プルトンとは止めるものの意味だが、ギリシャローマ神話のプルトンは冥界の神、つまりあの世、ビヨンドのな。我々を象徴するにはぴったりの地名だ。そしてお前たちもこのバイオモートのようにここで眠ることになる。この死者と聖者とをつなぐこのプラトンの地でな。
くそ。エド、ビヨンドへ戻ろう。
そいつに頼ってもダメだ。そこの腰抜けは銃が撃てないんだ。覚悟しろ。
Man, Salvatore is pretty friggin' athletic. Nothing that unloading's... That didn't take as long as I thought. I thought that was a longer battle there. But yeah, when he's close to dying, Salvatore will try to fake you out. So you need to just keep unloading on him. Also, his death in the PC98 version of this game is incredibly brutal. Like, his suit malfunctions,
ジョナサン、長居はできん。
and he gets flung into a series of wires, like, hanging from the ceiling. And,
どうやってここを出る？
he
LSM
gets
は来
flung
ないぞ。
into, like, wires hanging from the
いい考えがある。
ceiling, and the wires, like, sort of
したくない。
constrict and choke him
こうい
and
う時の
strangle
お前
him.
の思いつきはろくなことがなかった。
So,
マスドライバー
very...
だ。あれに乗ってここを出る。
Oh, no, we're not...
やっぱりな。
We're
むちゃく
hitching
ちゃ
a
な考
ride
え
on
だ。
the cannon that'll
それしか
shoot
帰る
you
方
back
法はない。
beyond, I guess.
ひとまずここを出て
Or to the, like, a
中
base
央案内
to
所まで戻ろう。
beyond.
さあ、ここから脱出しよう。
He's dead. He'll probably be the next one they put in there. Yep. I'm just gonna leave him like this. We got him on the virtual recorders. There's nothing we can do. Security will be here any minute. Garbage ain't worth the time. Arrivederci, Salvatore. Oh shit, there are people
Jonathan,
in those
気をつけろ。
spacesuits now.
鉛筆
There
の
are
コック
people
ピッ
in
トが
those.
閉じてる。
I've
まずい。
heard this is one of the hardest, one of the other hard sections in the game. And just like that, we died. I think you're supposed to shoot at the helmets. But yeah, they really don't, like, indicate, like, they don't fall over or anything, in this. And there's the fact that they literally just... I thought these things were supposed to be more lightly armed than the Goddards, but those guys were relentless. Alright.
ジョナサン、気をつけろ。鉛筆のコックピットが閉じてる。
So aim for the helmet,
まずい。
I think. Okay.
やったぞ、ジョナサン。
So we'll put holes in
Hitomazuna.
them. Let's move to the information center.
よし、中央案内所に戻ったぞ。マスドライバーを探そう。あれだ、あれがマスドライバーだ。あれを使って脱出しよう。
Let's go.
ジョナサン、外へ出るぞ。分かった。よし、行くぞ。駆け足だぞ。いいな。6分の 1G だ。前傾姿勢をとって小刻みに歩くんだ。
俺も元ポリスノーツだ。うまくやれるさ。火星の3分の 1G よりは楽だ。
これがマスドライバー。ここから L2 のマスキャッチャーやバケットコーンへ向けて月支援を乗せたペイロードがマッハ 7.2 で射出されてる。
マッハなんだって。
秒速 2.4 キロに達した瞬間、電磁誘導トルクによって 100G 近いブレーキがかかってペイロードは射出される。
100G だって。それじゃあ俺たちは G で潰される。
大丈夫。ハイ G ショックポットだ。徳川の大切な臓器や
Yeah, they
バイオ
do
モー
protect
ト
the
を
biomorts.
安
So
全
we're
な
basically
は
going to launch ourselves on
まさに棺桶
the
だ。
equivalent of a railgun.
俺は遠慮する。
ず。眠
And
って
then
れ
they're
ばちゃん
going
と
to
送り
be
届
shipped
けてく
back
れ
to
るさ。
beyond.
エイド、よくそんなことが言えるな。いつから楽観主義者になったんだ。俺はエンプス事故以来兵所恐怖症なんだ。
Oh god, we're going to go
分か
back
っ
to
て
the
るさ。
accident.
今日で終わりにす
You
れ
know,
ばい
if
い。
all we're doing here is just wasting time, we're gonna get shot at by another EMPS unit. We'll have enough time to. Oh, what did I think? What did I say?
な
Now
んで
we've got a
月
Goddard
面に
here.
BCP でしか許可されていないゴダート型がいるんだ。
Yeah, good question though. What
徳
are
川
they
は
doing
エ
here?
ンプスの施設部隊を持
Yeah,
ってるに違いない。
Got all of them.
なんてこった。エド、反動がある。体を押さえてくれ。
God.
ジョナサン、頼むぞ。
So Ed's gonna have to hold us. Damn, that's some fancy ass CGI sprite scaling. So this is what those suits outside BC are capable of. Damn.
やった。
Thank
That's
you,
not- that's
armor-piercing bullets. Just straight
笑っ
up
て
blue
た。ジョナサン、撃て。
reinforcements. I think we're lagging the Saturn out. Like I feel my cursor getting more. I think we're actually lagging the Saturn emulator. I think.
やった。ジョナサン、第2波が来るまでに乗り込もう。さあ、ジョナサン。
So now we basically have to get in the pod. If we click don't, then we have to fight more EMPS units.
本当に大丈夫だろうな。
Yeah, I actually felt the emulator lagging. I think it's because of like the CGI and the sprites and
ジョ
the
ナサン、
special scale.
早く乗れ。
これに人が乗ったことがあるのか。
これから俺たちが乗るのさ。
God damn it, Ed! You and I just might be the first.
行くぞ。G に備えろ。
やっぱりやめた方が良かった。
もう遅い。生きていたら L2 で会おう。
Damn. Yeah, Mednefen was definitely lagging. I think it was lagging out there. Honestly, I'm pretty sure it was definitely lagging out. I mean, granted, I can adjust my cursor speed on the fly with my mouse, but, yeah. So, that is the end of Act 5, and now we've got Act 6, Biomode. Back on Beyond.
ようやくたどり着いたな。あれから6日は経つ。
みんな無事だろうか。至急カレンに月でのバーチャルレ
Well,
コーダ
now
ー
we
映
know
像
that
と
nobody's
センサー
gonna
デ
be
ータのリンクを
okay.
頼む。
BBC のバーチャル編集機を使えればいいんだが。
見張りはいないようだ。入ろう。
パパ、大変よ。
マークがどうした？
デカ長見て、これが今朝家に。
Fucking Tony.
やつらマークを。
なんてこった。
マークはどうなるの？ AMM は30周年記念のイベントでごった
Also,
返
what's
してるわよ。
Karen doing here?
やつ
And
ら
Meryl, for that matter.
俺たちを AMM へおびき寄せて公的に射殺するつもりだな。
今出て行ったら危険よ。彼らの思うツボだわ。
俺一人で行く。やつらマークに何かしてみろ。ただでは済まん。
落ち着けエド。俺たちが揃って出ていけばマークも助からん。
じゃあどうするんだ。
いい手があるわ。
何？
テレビを使うの。
We can use the cameras. So I guess we're going back to AMM again.
なるほど。テレビ中継車とは
So
な。
I guess we're in the van right there.
AMM にも何台か回していたのを思い出したの。AMM 内の数箇所にカメラをセッティングしてあるわ。これだと外に出なくても監視できるでしょ。 AMM のほとんどの場所はカバーできるはず。
ああ、それにこの無線があればな。エド、聞こえるか？
聞こえるぞジョナサン。
メリル、聞こえるか？奴らを見かけたか？
いえ、まだ見てないわ。でも私服だとわからないわよ。
すぐわかるさ。奴ら顔色がない。
顔色ね。そうだカレンさん、気分はどう？
大丈夫、平気よ。ちょっとは良くなったわ。
具合悪いのか？
ジョナサンたちが月に行ってる間に一度倒れて入院したのよ。大変だったんだから。
Is this, are,
Hold on.
are we about to play Five Nights
い
at
つもの
Freddy's?
ことよ。気にしてたら何もできないわ。
This looks very
私の
much
こと
like
よ
we're
り
about to
今は
play
マーク
like
ちゃんのことよ。
Five Nights at Freddy's,
Ah,
but like a
そうだな。
whole 10 something years before Five Nights at Freddy's.
ジョナサンいたか？
エド、少しは落ち着けよ。
分かってる。マークを見つけたらすぐ教えてくれ。マークは俺の息子だ。
分かってる。
俺は
エド、しっかりしろ。時間はいくらでもある。エド、結論を急ぐな。いいな、冷静にな。
分かったジョナサン。俺は月面コーナーを見張る。
エドは月には詳しいからな。
バカ言え。
私はロビーへ行くわ。じゃあ。
ジョナサン、それじゃあこのモニ
Alright,
タ
so
ーの
here's
使
our
い方を
tutorial.
説明する
Welcome
わ
to
ね。
FNAF. Insert however many years before FNAF.
AMM 内には合計8台のカメラがセットされているの。このテレビ中継車には中継モニターが4つしかないから同時に4箇所しか見られない。
それで
1台のモニターが2台のカメラから送られてくる映像を掛け持ちしてるわけだから、カメラを切り替えるときはモニターの上にあるカメラのボタン番号を押せばいいわ。見たいカメラナンバーを押すとそのカメラからの映像がモニターに出るわ。簡単でしょ。左上のモニターはロビーに置いてある1番2番のカメラを、右上のモニターはビヨンドコーナーに置いてある3番4番のカメラを、
Glad to see they
左
fixed
下
our
のモニ
heads
ターは
before
月
they
面
opened
コー
up
ナー
the
に置いてある
anniversary
5番
celebrations.
6番のカメラを、右下のモニターは探査コーナーに置いてある7番8番のカメラをそれぞれ映しているわ。
映像の違いは？
それぞれ偶数のカメラはロングの映像を映しているわ。
無線はどうやって使う？
エドかメリルさんの映っている画面をクリックすればいいわ。
分かった。
じゃあ始めましょう。 ジョナサン、ビヨンドコーナーのモニターが消えたわ。
なんだ。
Both cam feeds.
メリル、ビヨンドコーナーのモニターがおかしい。調べてみてくれ。
分かったわ。
メリル、どうした？
ジョナサン、誰かのいたずらよ。カメラにハンカチがかけてあったわ。
ハンカチ？
What an asshole.
いたずらにしちゃ変だな。
おとりかしら。
メリル、ロビーに戻っておいてくれ。
分かった。一回りしてから帰るわ。
気を抜くなよ。
私が気を抜くのは恋した時だけよ。じゃあ。
So I'm pretty
それじゃ
certain this
大丈夫
section
だ。
is scripted. It's just sort of made to play out like a mini game. Space corner.
カメラにハンカチがかけてあったそう
Shocked
だ。
ahead.
ハンカチ。子供のいたずらだろうか。
Kids.
エド、注意してくれよ。
わかった。
Hang on just a damn second. That's
Oh,
fucking.
no.
That's Tony Redwood.
あのバイクの男だ。エド、いたぞ。
どこだ？
ビヨンドコーナーだ。メリルと連絡が取れん。
Get,
エド、
get over there, Ed. Come on. I thought you were omniscient. I thought you knew everything about every timeline, man. Come on. Damn it. He's gone.
Meryl メリル、来たぞ。さっきビヨンドコーナーにいた。
見失ったの。
そっちに行ったかもしれん。気をつけてくれ。
分かったわ。
Oh, shit.
マークだ。
It's
マ
Mark.
ークがいた
and
ぞ。それに
person
こ
in
の
the
宇宙
space
服、
suit? But he
石田の
should
着て
have
いたものだ。
dead.
よかっ
And,
た。
you know, wouldn't
マークちゃん
Kidnap
元気そうよ。
メリル、マークを発見。宇宙服の男とロビーにいる。急いでくれ。ロビーだ。
他には。
二人しか見えない。
分かったわ。ロビーへ向かうわ。
エド、マークがいたぞ。ロビーだ。宇宙服の男と一緒だ。
マークは無事か？
無事だ。メリルをやる。罠
that
かも
could
し
be
れん
a。yeah, it could be
Ina.
a trap.
そこで待機してろ。
任せたぞ。
Fuck, it's gone.
いたぞ。
Space
探査コーナー
corner.
だ。
マークも一緒だわ。
エド、メリル、二人とも聞こえるか。
いたか？
どうしたの？
見つけたぞ。探査コーナーだ。 探査コーナーへ急げ。
了解。探査コーナーね。すぐ行くわ。
俺も我慢ならん。探査コ
Don't
ーナー
do
へ
it,
向かう。
Ed. Fuck.
待てエド。
マーク
Fucking
エド
knew it.
まだだ。後ろにレッドウッドが。
ジョナサン、どこだ。見てるか。お前の目の前でこいつを殺してやる。
エド、危ない。エドくそ、やつらめ。
ダメよジョナサン。
彼。
ジョナサン、マークは無事よ。早く救急車呼んで。デカ長が。
ジョナサン、あいつだ。あいつも来るだ。
ジョナサン、今度はお前だ。
ジョナサン、救急車を呼んで。
Damn it.
ジョナサン、どうしたの。ジョナサン、ジョナサン、返事して。ジョナサン、ジョナサン。
So Karen, God, everyone's dropping dead today. Damn.
クリス、エドはどうなんだ。
手術はうまくいったみたい。でも意識が戻らないの。しばらくこの ICU で様子を見ないとね。
パパ。
デカ長、できるだけのことはやってみるわ。あとは祈るしかない。
クリス、エドが良くなるまでエドが入院してることは内密に頼む。担当医やナースにも漏らさないように言ってくれ。
分かってるわ。患者の命を守るのが医者の務めよ。
Thank God for Chris.
ジョナサン、パパ大丈夫よね。
アナ。
ごめんなさい。私がそばにいながら。
いや、アナ。俺がエドをこの事件に巻き込んだ。エドは嫌がってたんだ。
違うわジョナサン。パパいつもジョナサンのこと言ってた。ジョナサンが帰ってきてくれたって生き生きしてた。あんなパパ見るの母さんが死んでから初めて。
エドがそんなことを。
私パパにうんと長く生きてもらいたい。
God damn it.
これま
Come
で
on,
私
Ed.
パパに苦労ばかりかけてきたもの。パパ私のこと気にして再婚もせずに。LS のバックの時だって私無茶な注文してパパを困らせた。
アナ、あれは。
知ってるわジョナサン。でも私嬉しかった。
So she
そんなに
knew.
私のこと気遣って
She
くれ
knew
る。
that he went and bought a counterfeit.
私はパパから本物の愛情をもらったもの。
アナちゃん、マークちゃん、パパは心配ないわ。私たちがきっと元気にしてみせるわ。
メリル、あなたたちを頼む。カレンの容体を見てくる。どうですか、カレンは。
やっと落ち着いたところです。カレンさんの親族の方ですか。
いや、知り合いです。
彼女、とても危険な状態です。こんなに無理をしてあれほど安静にしていなければいけないって忠告してたんですが。
そうだったんですか。
私はカレンさんの主治医コリンズ
The
です。
last tele-op of the game.
これまでカレンさんの治療を担当してきました。あなたどこかでお会いしましたか。
いや、人違いじゃないですか。
まあどうでもいいことですがね。ジョナサン・イングラムさん。大丈夫です。警察には言いません。心配しないでください。あのニュースが本当か嘘かなんてあなたやカレンさんを見ればわかります。
あなたは 俺を信じるんですか？
医者というものは本来体のことだけではなく心の中までも診察できなければね。
ありがとう先生。
感謝するのならゴドウィン理事長にしなさい。我々は彼女に従っているだけです。それよりも彼女の容体が心配です。
I'm gonna take a quick break here. I'm just gonna use the restroom real quick. And we'll be back shortly.
Mic off. Mic on.
Alright, we are back. So, when we left off, all of like 2 minutes ago, well, as my friend Ninja put it, Ed's omniscience could not save him from getting shot. To be fair, omniscience and invincibility are not the same. So, Ed's in the hospital and Karen is in the hospital. And I think when Dr. Collins said, have we met before, I think he was one of the people on the train. So during the shootout on the train, he was one of the people, I think either that Redwood took hostage in that one car, or he was in the car beforehand. Must be the real Dr. Collins. He doesn't seem like a hitman sent by Tokugawa or anything. Oh, his ID looks legit. There's data. I find it weird because that skin tone still looks relatively healthy, I want to say, but I'm not sure. I mean, I guess Dr. Collins is less pale. It could also honestly be just a limitation of the Sega Saturn's palette, or just, well, Saturn and the PlayStation's palette. Look, in a lot of pain. If you want to talk about your condition, touch, just let her rest. Yeah, probably a good idea. Karen has aplastic anemia. Basically, there's an abnormality in her bone marrow's hematopoietic stem cells, the cells that create new blood cells, and they aren't able to produce blood correctly anymore. In her case, it causes exposure to cosmic rays. We almost thought she wouldn't make it for a while there. She's suffering from appendicitis as well as other infections, but because her immune system is virtually non-functioning. Her hemorrhaging hasn't stopped and she's very anemic. That's why her face is so pale. We finished working on her appendicitis with a blood platelet transfusion and high doses of antibiotics, but she won't survive like this much longer. She's in critical condition. We need to start a transplant as soon as possible. Karen was saying a transplant is the only way to treat her, is that right? In her case, the only remaining option is a bone marrow transplant, and if we don't do it soon, it'll be too late. We give the patient radiation therapy before the actual transplant. If the patient isn't sufficiently strong enough for that, the prognosis generally isn't good. Karen was telling me about it. It's a complex procedure, isn't it? You could think of it similar to a blood transfusion. We take bone marrow stem cells from a donor and transplant them into the patient's carotid artery. The operation takes about an hour. That's the easy part, relatively speaking. Before the transplant, we kill off all the recipient's bone marrow stem cells and white blood cells. We give them large doses of chemotherapy and expose their entire body to 7.5 gray of radiation. It's not as dangerous as it sounds, generally speaking anyways. The problem is finding a donor with a matching HLA type. A donor whose HLA type matches Karen's. I keep hearing about HLA type. What exactly is this? As transplant science advanced, it was discovered that the primary cause of rejections had to do with the lymphocytes, a type of white blood cell, specifically one's human leukocyte antigen or HLA type. In other words, if the HLA types match, the chances of the transplant being successful go up. So if the types don't match, you can't perform the transplant. That's correct. What are the chances of finding a match? HLA types are genetically determined, so the odds of finding a match between non-blood relatives are extremely low. The rate of interracial and interethnic matches is almost zero. Children inherit their HLA type as a combination of their parents' HLA types. The highest rate of success is between siblings where there is a 1 in 4 chance they'll share the same HLA type. And just to be on the safe side, there also needs to be a match between minor histocompatibility antigens. If both of those match, the success rate of bone marrow transplants is about 70%. If any scientists are watching this in the future, can you confirm or deny anything that was just said there, please? Any doctors?
それじゃあ、その HLA 型が適合するドナーは見つかったんですか？
これまでビヨンドの骨髄バンクを探しましたが、登録されている人の中にはありませんでした。しかしこれは違法なんですが、ビヨンドのデータをハックしたところ、カレンさんの HLA 型に適応するドナーが一人いました。ゲイツ・ベッカーという人物です。
What?
ゲイツなんて皮肉だ。
知り合いですか？
So he's...
その人物に問い合わせをしたんですが、我々の要請に答えてくれないんです。
ゲイツ
なんとかここへ連れてきてもらえませんか？
Great, so Gates is the only person on the colony who can,
クリスもそう言ってた。
ですが、ごく稀に
So Gates the only,
両親の HLA 型の一対が偶然同一のタイプである場合、ごく稀ですが、親子でも一致の可能性はあります。ただ、
カレンの両親はすでに死亡している。
はい、残念ながら。それに本当のところ、
何です？
彼女の戸籍や遺伝データは我々には閲覧できないようになってるんです。
徳川社員の家族だから。
ええ、たとえ医師であっても徳川の許可がないとね。
no other way? Unfortunately, no. The only thing that can save Karen is a bone marrow transplant. Normally, it is possible to use a physiologically active substance such as interleukin-3 to increase a patient's stem cell count temporarily, but this wouldn't have any effect in Karen's case. This method is used in peripheral blood stem cell transplantation. It was developed in order to lessen the burden on the donor. So, transplant is the only option? Yes, only a bone marrow transplant will save her. And the only person who matches her HLA type is Gates Becker. God damn it. If you do in fact know him, please try to convince him. Not gonna lie, I sort of do know him, but it sounds like the only way we're gonna convince him is we can't force anyone to participate in a transplant.
そうです。念のためにあなたの HLA 型も調べさせてください。
ああ、気休めだが。
すぐ終わります。この血液を用意してある個体を使って HLA の番号を調べるだけです。HLA 型の検査は約5時間ほどで終わります。実際に骨髄を抜くときは少し辛い思いをしますがね。えそんなに心配しなくてもいいですよ。今は採取した骨髄細胞を人工培養して5、6倍に増やすことができるようになりましたから、献血程度で済みます。
ジョナサン。
お、どうしたメリル？
ジョナサン、マークが星の絵を描いてくれたの。
どうしてもジョナサンに見せたいって聞かないのよ。それにこの子病室にいたがらないの。
マーク、お前。
これがそうよ。この左側のバイクスーツの男はレッドウッドだわ。
右側が宇宙服の男か。
So,
これは、
huh.
この花の絵は何だろう。
Flower?
それが私も気になって。
Got a picture of
あの
redwood.
時現場には花なんてなかったもの。
A picture of a space suit.
何の花だろう。
And then a flower.
もしかしてそれマークが好きなラベンダーの花かもしれないわ。
A lavender
ラベンダーの花。
flower.
あの時そんな花咲いてたっけ。
ジョナサン、一つ言っておきたいことがあるの。
Oh.
デカ長があの時どうして撃てなかったか。
どういうことだ。
デカ長は5年前マークの父親を彼の目前で
Yeah,
射
we've
殺
already
したのを知って
established
る
that
わ
that's
ね。
not how adoption
そのた
works.
めに銃が抜けなくなったのも。
ナーク中毒者だった元 AP のフローズナーだろ。
XAP.
そうよ。そのナーク中毒者の名前はリドリー・レッドウッド。
No.
レッドウッド。
現 AP のトニー・レッドウッドの双子の兄。人工授精した時期は同じだけど、受精卵を孵化した時期にズレがあるから年齢が違うの。
つまりあのレッドウッドがマークの叔父になる。マークにしてみれば本当の父親と見分けはつかない。
デカ長はマークの目前で引き金を引けなかった。
God damn it.
5
Of
年前
all
の
the
事件とオー
people,
バーラップして。
of all the people
この
that
子
Ed
ま
had
で
to
撃たれ
shoot
る
5 years ago, it had to be the identical
マー
twin
クの謝罪だったのかもし
to the nut job that we're pursuing now.
エドはあの時なんて言ってた。撃たれた時。
確かあいつもグルだ。騙されるなって。どういう意味かしら。
そうだ。マークの絵の意味が分かったぞ。
れない。ねえジョナサン、分かったのね。誰なのこの宇宙服の男は。
ジョナサン、ガソルでその人物を指してみて。さあ。
So, alright, we actually got pretty much all of the main cast here. We've got, we just gotta pick somebody. We got Michael Saito, we got Victor, Salvatore, Dave, Meryl, Anna, Ed, Mark, Jonathan. There's big man Sadaoki himself, Karen, Chris, Tony, Lorraine, Kenzo, Gates, and Ishida. Well, I guess let's get the obvious ones out of the way. Ishida's dead, Salvatore's dead, Victor is dead, Dave is dead. We got these 4 out of the way. Or no, 5 and 6, so we got 6 people who were already dead. Karen was in the van with us. Mark was the one being kidnapped. Anna was at the house. So that leaves us with the possibility of Saito, Meryl. No, it couldn't have been Ed, obviously, and it couldn't have been us. So that leaves the possibility of Saito. No, Meryl couldn't have been it either. So that leaves the possibility of Saito, Tokugawa, Redwood, Gates, and Chris. Saito, Tokugawa, Redwood. Oh no, it couldn't be Redwood. He was in the biker suit. So that leaves Saito, Tokugawa, Gates, or Chris. And that flower, I think that's going to be what ends up being the guide here. Mark just wouldn't draw a flower without meaning anything. But what does the flower mean? I'm trying to remember when it was mentioned. Let's see, I remember it in Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3 when Dave passed, because Dave liked lavender. But obviously, you know, that leaves Dave out of the picture. Mark's favorite, because Dave's dead, Mark's favorite flower is lavender. And that means there was one person we met who was wearing lavender perfume. Oh boy, I hope I'm wrong. I so hope I'm wrong.
そうだわ。彼女いつもラベンダーの香水つけてたもん。ま
Fuck.
さかあのクリスさんが。でもこの頃にで香水つけてる人なんて他にいないわ。
しまった。どうして気がつかなかったんだ。
マークは知ってたのね。それでまずいわ。彼女、
Oh shit,
デカ長の病室よ。
アナ、マーク、危ないからここにいろ。俺はエドの病室へ行く。
Fuck. What's she doing?
クリス、よせ。エドを殺すつもりか。
She tried to turn off his life support?
いや、来ないでジョナサン。
クリス、どうして。
Damn it.
来ないで。
Can't even trust Chris.
それ以上近づかないで。飛び降りるわよ。
どうしてなんだ。
私こうするしか仕方なかったのよ。
誰に頼まれた。
徳川よ。エドをバイオモートに。ごめんなさい。
それじゃあ石田に代わって AMM におびき寄せたあの電話もクリス、あんただな。
She was the female. She was the second 9 stars.
あなたみたいなよそ者にはわからないわ。
Remember when
ビヨン
Meryl
ドで生
said
きていく
9
に
stars called us and it was a
宇
woman's
宙で生きてい
voice?
くには徳川に身も心も売るしかな
She
かっ
was the second
た。
9
ここでは
stars.
誰も徳川に逆らえないわ。両親に先立たれ残ったのは多額の負債とこの病院だけ。こんな大病院なんとかやっていくには徳川に取り入ってこびるしかなかった。私は人として生きることを捨てたの。女の幸せも。
クリス、
それに私の
For
息
her
子のため
son,
に
but she said she didn't have any kids.
息子だって。
あなたも見たでしょ。
That was her
理事
friend's
長室の
kid.
写真。
Or was it?
あの子供の写真か。
モデル生命が危うくなったあの頃、私はもう一度マスコミの注目を浴びようと必死になっていたの。お金と政府の援助が欲しかったから。それで当時ビヨンドでも問題になっていた フローズナーの代理母に。
フローズナー、まさかそれがレッドウッド。
So Chris was Redwood's mother.
そうよ。彼は私が産んだ。でもあの出産時の感染事故で私は二度と子供を産めない体に。あの子が最初で最後の子供。
しかし奴は
Yeah, it's probably a
政
good
府所
idea
有
you
の
don't
フロ
have
ーズ
any
ナ
more
ー。
kids, Chris, given that your first one turned out to be a
ト
total
ニーは
fucking
政府
psychopath.
に取り上げられたわ。何度も裁判したけどあの子は取り戻せなかった。私に母親の権利は認められないって。徳川のそばにいればトニーのそばにいれる。私息子のそばにいたかった。
そのために人も殺すのか。
もう止められないのよ。私落ちるとこまで。
クリス、まだやり直せる。徳川やゲイツの悪行を、このビヨンドにはびこる悪を法廷で証言してくれ。今のままじゃあんたもバイオモードと変わらない。受け入れるだけじゃなく自分から行動するんだ。生きるってのはそういうことだろう。
できないわ、私には。
人の命を救うのが医者だって言ったじゃないか。
He must have glued that cigarette to his mouth.
人類の病気を
No
治してくれ。
cigarette should ever move like
奴
that.
らに関して知ってることを全部証言してく
Would
れ。
fall out.
お願いだ。
私にそんなことできる？ビヨンドの病気を治すなんて。
Just saying, Chris, standing in front of a window right now and you're probably a target, you might be a target for Tokugawa now, isn't a great idea.
ジョナサン、すべて話すわ。何もかも。
Oops, screen going blank. And what did I say? That's Redwood right there. He just
レッドウッド。
killed his fucking mother. Damn. Guy's a real douchebag.
俺たちは徳川ビルで待ってる。お前が勝てば本部長の小包も手に入るぞ。死ぬのは貴様の方だがな。エドと一緒に臓器となって人様の役に立て。待ってるぞジョナサン。
許さんぞレッドウッド。
Alright, I guess we gotta save. So, add another one to the body count. And with this, we move on to the final act, Act 7, Duel.
「デカ長は
まだ意識が戻らない。
ジョナサン AP やエンプスが徳川ビルに集結してるらしいわ。
そうだ、俺を待ってる。
味方は一人もいないわ。ここではゲイツや徳川に逆らえない。 BCP の仲間に呼びかけたんだけど。
仕方ない。
みんな知らんふりしてるわ。相手が悪いって。ジョナサンビヨンドを出るしかないわ。
無理だ。カレンやエドは動かせん。
ダメよ。黙って殺されるつもり？誰も助けてくれないわ。
He thinks gonna help us.
これまで俺は人生を逃げてきた。ロレインのことも
何言ってるの？
やり残したことがある。ロレインとの約束。
ジョナサン、勝ち目はないわ。
奴らを許せん。
Can't get them.
同じポリスノーツとして。
Policenauts.
バカよ。
Don't be a fool.
ポリスノーツなんてもう過去の遺物じゃない。
I don't think that matters much to
ポリスノーツは俺の人生にとっては誇りなんだ。
hell of a lot to me.
それにカレンを救うにはゲイツの骨髄が必要なん
Oh
だ。
man, so we're gonna just
それが
take
罠。
the marrow straight from
ジョナサン、
Gates.
落ち着いて。
Oh boy.
もう俺は冷静になれない。俺は戦う。
そう。
I love how easily Meryl just changes her mind right here.
私も手伝うわ、ジョナサン。病院での留守番は苦手なの。
メリル、預かってほしいものがある。
嫌よ、形見なんて。
タバコだ。
タバコ？
これまでの自分を君に預けておく。
わかったわ。
Man, Jonathan's finally
Arigato.
dropping his cigarette. Ready for the most badass FMV in the entire game. For Lorraine. For Kenzo. For Dave. For Victor. For Chris. Did she just betray us? For Ed. For Karen and Dr. Collins. The least corrupt individual in this entire game. There he goes, dropping that cigarette. Coming up, Jonathan Ingram versus an entire fucking police department.
徳川ビルか。行くぞ。
I know you're in there, Sadoki. I'm coming for you, fuckface. It's the heart of the beast. I'll tear down this goddamn pile of shit myself if I have to. The people here deserve better. Alright. Jonathan's
落ち
pissed.
着けよ、
Let's
ジョナさ
go.
ん。落ち着け。行くぞ。
Okay. Saving the state. That's it. That's it. Just these 5 guys. I gotta load that again because I forgot the cursor sensitivity. Oh shit! And there goes the portion where the Saturn emulator lags. See, you can't avoid taking the damage there. And now they'll just sort of pop out 1 or 2 at a time. Yeah, you cannot avoid that portion where all like 30 or 40 of them come out and just unload on you all at once. And then as you take more of them down, they will become more of them will pop out as like phases to the sea. Now, if you have any idea how early, like, if you have any idea how, if you want any idea as to how early, like, how far back we still are, how far behind we are in terms of emulating Sega Saturn successfully. They're back in the anyone any idea as to how like far behind we are in terms of like trying to get the Saturn to work properly emulation-wise? You know, that single scene where all those 2D objects were basically being flung at me with the scaling and everything. Something tells me I'm not gonna make it. I am dead. I'll try this again with the mouse, and then I am going to switch over to keyboard and mouse, or keyboard and switch over with the lock on. That's what most people do, but I didn't want to. I really didn't want to cheat it since I've been playing with the mouse the whole time. But yeah. So that entire section, just the shot of the guys, like all 30 of them shooting at me at once, was enough to bring my computer, the emulation, to a halt, like to slow it down significantly. And I've got an AMD Ryzen 5 2600, 32 gigabytes of RAM, a GTX 1066 GB. I mean, it's not a amazing PC now, but it was still pretty damn good when it came out, and it should be able to handle 2D. So this is strictly just an issue with, like, we're that far behind in Saturn emulation, also because the architecture behind it is so freaking, complex. I love this trap. Like, see, that just... I think when they make that other noise, that's when they're getting killed. Yeah, when they make that second noise, that's when they're getting killed. Man, I'm glad they made these guys such jerks in the early acts of the game, so I don't feel bad knowing them. I don't even know if I'm hitting. I know who all I'm mowing down, honestly. It feels like I'm doing nothing to him. And dead. Okay, so let me... Settings, Sega Saturn, input, port 1. So I'm going to switch to gamepad. Emulation is generally, you're not wrong, emulation generally is CPU intensive, and I'm just grabbing my 8-bit DOE controller here. Emulation is generally pretty CPU intensive, and you're not wrong on that at all. The problem with this instance in particular is that, how do you best explain it? You're absolutely not wrong. It's the thing with the Sega Saturn is the Sega Saturn has a dual it's like two like highly specific processors in it. So what ends up happening in this particular instance is like it's trying to emulate two CPUs and a whole bunch of extra special chips. Including, I believe, the NVIDIA NV1, which was the first consumer graphics, like 3D graphics accelerator, but I could be wrong on that. At least that chip was used on the first graphics card available to consumers. But it's emulating some really weird special chips, and the Saturn was notoriously hard to program for, which is among some of the reasons it didn't do as well as the PlayStation 1. Anyways, I've got my controller set up. But yes, yeah, while Ed has omniscience, Jonathan is packed with painkillers and can't feel the several dozen bullets lodged in his body. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, so, emulation is already CPU intensive, but Sega Saturn emulation in particular is even harder on PC. Or is even harder. So, oh yes. What is it? F8, F6, okay. Start application. But the reason I'm switching over to controller is because if you're playing this on a controller, you actually have a lock-on feature. I believe it's with the shoulder buttons on the, wait, I can just, yeah, this layout is not good. Hang on, I gotta figure out. So it's the R button. I gotta adjust input. So the right shoulder, or it's the R button, which is button C. So C, and then left shoulder, right shoulder. A, B, C, X, Y, Z, I'll put those buttons on the shoulder. Okay. So I got my buttons mapped out better now. Shit, which buttons? So it's button C that's reload. I know, I'm trying to configure this. I'm trying to configure this specifically for Policenauts. Just because this section is so redonkulously ludicrous. As you can see, I've got a lock on now. Jesus. This chair won't sit still. I try to get comfy. You know what? I'm cheating this. I am now going. So, okay. So we know button C is the reload. So button A. So our shoot button is now also our reload button, guys. Literally playing this like a pro. 3 buttons. Unlimited ammo. This actually works better than I thought. Basically, Jonathan is reloading at the same time. You'll also notice it seems like this don't have the reload animation. They don't have the reload animation. That's like, I think when the developers thought that a section would be too like ludicrous like this, then they made it so that they made it so that the reload animation doesn't pop up so you aren't wasting time. I'd like to imagine Jonathan's firing one round and then in a split second popping another magazine in. Like he just fires one round of the gun and then just throws another mag. He's like, nah, fuck those other 9 rounds. That guy right there, that was Hideo Kojima. That was one of his infamous many cameos in his games. Actually, I don't think he had a whole lot of cameos. Alright, now that we've gotten through that, I am going to go back to using the mouse. And I save stated, so should be good. There, I only cheated for that one section. Yes, that guy who jumps up and says, "Surprise, asshole," after pretending to be dead for the whole shootout, that was Hideo Kojima right there. Same body armor, so these are APs. He looks like an AP too, so does he. Have they mobilized the entire unit? Yeah, they have mobilized the entire friggin' time for a new chapter in the family history. Ooh, nice. Today's the end of all your bullshit propaganda. It's an advert to go with Space Hotel. Nice. I just about throw up every time I see this. I didn't know there were all these little details. Yeah, so, yeah, that was Hideo Kojima. But, yeah, I had to switch to a controller there. I can't imagine anybody doing that with the mouse on the console releases. On the original PC98 release, there isn't this, like, first wave of 5. They just start all popping up one by one. so you actually have a fair chance against them. They don't really pop up in a whole lot of groups, because that was meant originally with keyboard and mouse. So they actually reprogrammed that entire sequence so that in the console releases they could play the game with play this little trick on you with, oh, it's just 5 guys. Oh, nope, psych, you're fighting the entire AP force. So drop the controller. I am back to the mouse because we will not have to take on an entire police force again. Then again, you really don't have to take on an entire police force after you've wiped them out already, so... Okay. So we're going to be going up to space, or to the center of the tower, just like where we had that part where it crashed that party. Probably bulletproof glass, monitor's not showing anything. That's what we know. It's an ad for Tokugawa Moon Tour. Maybe this is where Ed got his idea. Alright. We're going up. Going straight to gates. Yeah, Jonathan's just packed with painkillers. Ed's omniscient, but he can't bring himself to shoot anyone. And then Jonathan is just packed with painkillers. You can't feel the several hundreds of bullets lodged in his body. Come on, let's get up there. Come on! Oh. There seems to have been an elevator malfunction. Jonathan unlocked the smart pistol. Yeah. Oh, shit. So that's where Redwood is. Hi, Redwood. Unload. Yeah, I am definitely back. I honestly think it's more fun to I personally think it's more fun to do it this way with the mouse and keyboard, but that one freaking segment is just nearly impossible to do with keyboard and mouse on anything besides the PC98 version. So, yeah, we had to give him the smart pistol temporarily. Great, so we got an alarm going. Stopped at the 20th floor. Panel's dead. Thanks, Redwood. Got you, buddy. Hang in there. Monitor's not showing anything. Yeah, he just John Wick. You killed my ex-wife. I killed your entire police department. And to be fair, we're going after Tokugawa too, so we're pretty much toppling the entirety of the colony's ability to function. Parking garage. It's a compact car. No one's in it. The cars are secured to the ground with magnets on the floor. It's a van, doesn't look anywhere to the side. Security monitors in the garage. 20th floor, just like the elevator said. 20 more in the garden. I have a feeling I should save state here. The floor contains magnets to help the cars keep the cars grounded in microgravity. That's why they stay parked steadily. Yep.
Oi, ジョナサン。どうだ？怖いだろ。
レッドウッドだな。
ああ。
ゲイツはどこだ？
本部長は40階のガーデンでお前を待ってる。だがお前はそこまでたどり着けまい。お前はこのエンプスの性能を分かっちゃいない。
まだ教えてもらおうか。
なかなか物分かりがいい。楽しもうぜ、ジョナサン。こんなゲームはめったに。
Oh shit!
なんだと
Okay then! So that's what we're dealing with.
生きるか死ぬかではない。何分で死ぬかだ。頼むから簡単には死ぬなよ。
And just for the record, he will not throw the other car. That was purely just a show of like, hey, look what we can do with this new game system. And now the DPI and sensitivity in this game is like extremely inconsistent. Yeah, you just need to unload the entirety of your arsenal. Unload the entirety of your arsenal with Tony's amps right here. And some theorize, I don't know like how far the translation team looked into the code, but some people think that this fight will only end after like both you and Redwood reach a certain health level. So it's like a war of attrition sort of thing. Like both have to lower yourself beyond a certain threshold for. Oh, yeah. See, our life was all the way down there before we got. Oh. That was it. You know, they built Tony up as Mr. Goddard, the guy who could fly these things without the freaking helmets that every other AP uses. But, yeah, that didn't take long. Look, he's hiding in here. Well, yeah, given the blood trail, he's going up that staircase. Really, yeah, I wouldn't have thought it would have become that inoperable that easily either.
よし、おびき寄せるつもりだな。
Alrighty.
螺旋階段。やつは上か。
Hey, staircase he can be anywhere here. I think you just have to look for. Yeah, you just have to look 4 times. Oh, there he is. Also, neat feature, you can see this portion of the game actually tracks all the bullets you fired. He's gone.
やつめ、上のフロアに逃げたな。
Go upstairs.
よし、30
On
階
the
上がるぞ。
30th floor.
やつめ、どこへ隠れた？
A single car here, meaning the only place for him to hide is behind one of the pillars. But it also means he can see me perfectly from wherever he is. Monitors on the 20th floor, 30th floor, 10 more to the guard. In the middle, he can be behind there, it's just like the linear rail station.
Jonah-san, 聞こえるか？エドの具合はどうだ？あいつ俺を撃てなかったぜ。バカなやつだ。俺にとっちゃリドリーのことなんかどうでもいいのにな。
やはり仇を取るつもりじゃなかったんだな。
who he doesn't care about.
敵？笑わせるな。
Which is literally anybody.
俺は自分のためにしか行動しない。誰が死のうと関係ない。ありゃ芝居だ。エドをいたぶるためのな。
なんだと？
俺に復讐心があるとすれば、むしろ貴様に対してだ。ジョナさん、
俺をここまでハイにしてくれたのは貴様が最初で最後だ。
Redwood doesn't have the same. Jonathan is Jonathan Ingram.
どこだ？姿を見せろ。ここにいる。
Ingram is Jonathan. You're thinking of Redwood. And yes, he will pull moves like that. Where the AI in this, like for this shooting section.
ジョナサン、デイブの腎臓は俺がもらった。なかなか健康な腎臓だよ。もともとあいつに撃たれてダメ。
Yeah, so it's actually confirmed Redwood is a narc addict.
文化なだろ。
The number one consumer of, yeah. That's pretty much what narc is. It's just space fentanyl.
どうだ？俺を倒せる自信がなくなってきただろう。フローズナーは無事。
No one's ever killed a Frozener, except for the fact that I just wiped out all of your combats, and I'm pretty sure that they said that these have to be picked from Frozener. So yes, people have killed a Frozener, and that people was Jonathan Ingram. I guess it's just somebody, but... Oh, man, he's really wussing out. Like, he's only taken 2 or 3 hits before he's moving. We must be close. We must be close.
よし、鬼ごっこは終わりにしよ
My thoughts exactly.
う。また螺旋階段か。やつめ、弱って
I
き
was
た
gonna
な。
say, he definitely didn't take as many hits as before. He was slower to come up there, too. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
やったか。
We did it.
よし、行ってみよう。
Was anybody counting how many bullets we've put in him since the beginning of the game? 200, 300?
レッドウッド。
Actually, everything from the first half of the game doesn't count because they stitched him up during Act 3.
誰も俺を殺すことはできん。
But then again, he might not have fully recovered from
お前
getting
だけ
shot
は
on that.
俺がやる。
俺の生死は俺が決める。
Tell you when it's over.
北条も北条のワイフもデイブもビクトルも皆俺がやった。
He's got some numbers like engraved or tattooed in his forehead.
俺が憎いだろう。
Oh, so he got that
殺したい
big
だろ
Maru
う。
forehead right there.
レッドウッド。
Oh, Jonathan's gonna try and guilt trip the psychopath.
俺の母親だって言いたいのか。知ってる。
Here we go.
だ。
Just shoot him!
俺を殺すことはできないのさ。ジョナサン・イングラム。
So, in the original PC98 release of the game, it actually shows you Redwood hitting the floor. Like, he falls all the way from, like, the 39... I guess it's, like, the 36th, 37th floor staircase. 35th, maybe? Yeah, Redwood. But,
Gates.
He legit falls. Like, in the original version, which uses some sprite scaling for some of these scenes because it couldn't do FMVs, he literally falls from the staircase all the way down to the lobby of the Tokugawa building, and it just shows you him getting splattered just with the white blood everywhere. So yeah, he's dead. Anyways, another save state. Let's get our ass up to the garden.
さあ、奴らのいるガーデンへ急ごう。
After all, Gates is waiting for us, and, well, we need to get a donation from him.
よく来たな、ジョナサン・イングラム。
どこだ？
ここだ。 ここにいる。
Oh shit. Got that chemical X type fentanyl.
ゲイツ。
徳川はここにはいない。お前の相手は私で十分だ。
軍用エンプスか。年を取ると厚着したくなるらしい。
何？まだわからぬと見えるジョナサン。お前のような古い人間の時代は終わったのだ。さあ、撃ってみろ。ほら。
Get it all out. Here we go, guys. The final battle. Jonathan Ingram versus Gates. Jonathan Ingram, the last of the original police, one of the last original Policenauts with a sense of ethics, versus Gates Becker, chief of Beyond Coast Police. Yeah, honestly, I think this whole game is sort of Jonathan. Deadpool would have just killed him. Yeah. This whole game is just Jonathan Ingram and Tony Redwood taking shit tons of painkillers to basically see who can. It's just a big pissing contest. Who can take the most bullets? So yeah, Jonathan was still using a recoil gun, and Gates has a lift gun on his suit. Also, this is the suit we saw at the end of Act 1.
30代の若い臓器は高く売れる。傷つけては徳川に申し訳ない。
ゲイツ。
ジョナサン、貴様らは宇宙開発のほんの表面しか見ていない。人類が大気圏外で生活するということは並大抵のことではないのだ。宇宙は我々にはあまりにも否定的すぎる。神は我々に宇宙へ出ていくだけの肉体を与えてはくれなかった。我々は48億年の時をかけて進化してきた。だが我々の科学は人類の進化スピードを追い越してしまった。我々は宇宙へ出るにはまだ早すぎる手段かもな。
それと麻薬臓器密売とどういう関係がある？
宇宙時代の黎明期、人類は宇宙環境という大きな壁にぶち当たった。20世紀の終わりからすでに理論上の宇宙コロニー建造は可能だった。しかし問題は我々人間の側にあった。過酷な宇宙環境、それによる人類の精神や肉体、臓器、遺伝子へのさまざまな悪影響。21世紀の半ばに入ってなお大規模な一般コロニーがこのビヨンドのみにとどまっていることで想像ができよう。結局我々はホームを離れては生きていけぬ。あらゆる生命活動は地球の重力に支配されているのだ。ビヨンドでは太陽風や宇宙船による放射線被曝の影響で肉体に何らかの疾患を持って生まれてくる子供たちの数が年々急増している。これまでの宇宙開発は放射線に関してあまりにも無防備すぎた。そして肉体だけではなく人の心にも宇宙は冷酷だ。無重量によるカルシウムや窒素の喪失、放射線問題はいずれ技術的に解決できるかもしれん。しかし 精神への影響は今のところ何の手立てもない。今やポリスノーツの時代ではない。誰もが宇宙へ行ける。潜在的な精神障害の発生、長期間閉鎖拘束されることから来る妄想幻想、そして逃れることのできない孤独。十分に訓練された者たちでも耐え難い苦痛。
Here we go with Kojima's ham-fisted philosophy. Just like Snatcher,
宇
this
宙
is
は
just
第
gonna be
二
one
の
long
故郷とは
cutscene
なり得ない。
with the whole
宇宙
load
は
of rant.
実利的利用や科学的研究のための場でしかない。我々全員がこの環境に適応を進出することは過去の絵空事だ。これが今世紀の初めに科学者たちが出した結論だ。
I mean, given that Gates has been in on this organ conspiracy the whole time,
その
he
大きな
probably
壁を
knows,
ぶ
and
ち
he
破った
probably
とでも
knows
言う
where
の
to
か。
shoot, and probably has trained the
貴様の
APs
ような
on
保
where
守
to
的
shoot
な
and
人
where
間
not
が
to
宇
shoot.
宙
So,
開発を語る資格はない。
yeah.
人類には
Couple that
麻
with the
薬
fact
と
that, I
臓
mean,
器の
those
スペア
EMPs,
が
the EMP
必要だ。
suits are pretty much, mostly computer guided. You can
私は
target
徳
with
川
accuracy. It's basically the equivalent of
奴
having
の財
bats on
力と
hand
コ
like
ネ
in
クションを
Fallout.
使い、この宇宙開発の矛盾を克服した。ここまで来るのに30年もかかった。30年だぞ。これからますます人類は宇宙へと出ていく。そうなればさらに過酷な環境と問題に直面するだろう。今に我々の取った決断と行動が賛美される時代が来るだろう。徳川も私も神がし忘れたことを代行しているだけだ。
ゲイツ、お前は神なんかじゃない。徳川に飼われている哀れな犬だ。
Jonathan looks a little different in this picture. It's like there's something stuck in his hair or something.
犬だと？飼い主も飼えるところもない野良犬が何を言う。いいか、このシステムは昨日や今日の思いつきではない。30年前ポリスノーツとしてこのビヨンドに派遣された時から慎重に築き上げてきたものだ。全てはうまくいっていたのだ。それはあの臆病者が北条が規律を乱した。
北条が何をした？
奴は DDS の仕事から手を引こうとした。年寄りのわがままだ。
So, yeah, it sounds like
それ
the
で
planet or
徳
the
川は
colony.
北条に臓器
Because
密
it
売の
sounds like it's
話
the
を教
colony
え
that's the
てやっ
problem.
た。娘を正規の骨髄バンクでは救えんが、徳川のルートなら可能性があるとな。
だが北条は怖くなった。
我々に逆ら
Kind
う
of good point. I mean, just leave the freaking colony if it's so bad.
しかし
Go back
あ
to
の
Earth.
北条の妻がジョナサン、貴様の前妻だったとはな。
許さん、ゲイツベッカー。
許さん。許しを請うのは貴様の方だ。臓器だけでもと思った。跡形
Oh,
も
so
なく
now
始
Gates
末
is
して
gonna
や
shoot
る。
us.
私の
shoot
貴
to
重な
kill.
演説を貴様一人に聞かせるのはもったいなかったがな。まあいいだろう。ジョナサン、覚悟しろ。
Why are you smiling? Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? You've been shot so many times and you're about to get shot again. Why are you laughing?
覚悟するのはお前の方だ、ゲイツ。
気でも食ったか。
そこのテレビを見てみろ。 希望通りお前の演説を全世界の人たち
The
が聞い
whole
ている。
colony's watching.
ゲイツ、お前も身の破滅だな。メリル、うまく撮れてるか？
Oh. So he's been wearing a
ジョ
camera.
ナサン、ざまあないけどよく映ってるわ。
なんだどういうことだなんだどういうことだなんだどういうことだなんだどういうことだこれは
Oh, look, it's that Dick Bob.
お前貴様ら生かしておかん
I think we
死
pissed
ね
him
え
off.
ジョナサン
Oh. Oh. Hey! It's our boy Ed! And he got over his fear of shooting a gun. Ouch. Double ouch. Ooh, that looks painful and expensive. Now how the fuck are we supposed to get Gates' marrow now?
Jonathan, ジョナサン、カレンの骨髄のことだな。
もういいエド。ゲイツの腐った骨髄などいらんさ。
そうじゃないんだ、ジョナサン。
そこで止まれ
Oh, it's Tokugawa.
私を舐めるなと言っただろう
徳川。
放送局は我々が抑えたこれが最後だ諦めろジョナサンやれ
動かないで。
Oh man, Meryl's got the whole the non-advanced police force on our side. And Bob!
デカ長、
Bob
みん
made
な来てくれ
it!
たわ。
あんたら見直したよ。あんたらは本物のポリスノーツだ。
バカな何のつもりだ
あんたももう終わりよ。このビルの周りは警官隊とマスコミが取り囲んでいるわ。デカ長。
Nice. Yeah, that's basically Gates' whole thing. Our brains are becoming much, our bodies are experiencing constant radiation sickness, my schlong can't get erect anymore, my wife hates me, but I think we can still live here. Gates Becker. Damn. We just shut down one hell of an operation. Well, that was the last bit of interactivity with this game. This is the last bit of interactivity with the game. I don't know why it makes you save, I guess, like a... Oh. Oh, insert disc 1. F8. F8. Okay. So I guess the opening and the epilogue are... The prologue and the epilogue are both are all on disc 1. I guess that's how they got around like putting the glossary and stuff in there. But here we go.
昨夜、徳川グループ3代目、現徳川グループ総裁のジョゼフ・貞興徳川がナーク麻薬および
So
臓器
satisfying
密
to
売、
see him
殺人教唆
hounded
の
by
容
the
疑で
media,
検察
surrounded
庁
by
に送検
cops.
されました。なお、爆発のあった徳川ビルプロップは現在ご覧のように折れ曲がっています
Ah,
が、
I can see where
調査当局により
Gates
ますと
blasted through
崩
the
壊の心配はないとのこと
prop.
です。
Or at least
ビヨンド
caused
への
a hole.
影響もありません。付近住民への避難勧告も解除されました。まるでこの支柱は今回の徳川グループを象徴するようです。この事件によりこれからの宇宙開発に大きな問題提起がなされたことになります。 CM に引き続き BBC ではこの事件の報道特番をお送りいたします。
これから忙しくなるな、エド。定年はお預けだが無理はするなよ。
ああ、気のいいところを見計らってやめればいいさ。ジョナサン。
Don't tell me they just made Ed the chief.
俺カレンから預かったものだ。
I mean,
気
you
の
know,
開けてくれ。
good job, you know, you're no longer running the dump.
俺も
But
お
at
前
the
に
same
渡す
time,
も
you're
のがある
going
んだ。
from like one of the lowest positions to the
こ
top.
れさ、見てみろよ。
これはマークが。
ああ。
俺の顔だ。 俺の。
エド、もう大丈夫だよ。マークがお前を理解
And
して。
Mark's come around to accepting Ed as his father following his display of paternal superiority.
エド、
I shot your dad, so I'm your dad now.
じゃあな、エド。元気でな。
ジョナサン、ここもいいところだ。こっちに残らんか。
いや、ここに俺の居場所はな
Yeah,
い。
Jonathan, join us and you get sick with radiation sickness and require a bone marrow transplant. And organs that are no longer available because we shut down the operation together.
ジョナサン、ジョナサン、俺たちはいいパートナーだったよな。
ああ、最高の友達さ。
There's Meryl. Wearing Dave's glasses.
友達に忠告しとく。タバコはやめるんだぞ。
考えとくよ。
BCP 上層部にまで及んだ徳川グループの汚職事件は今後の宇宙開発に大きな課題を残すことになりました。なお、徳川事件以来しばらく休養していた私、
Oh yeah, she said
カレン北条も
she said she
今
lose
日か
her
ら
hair
元
from
気
the
に
chemo.
仕事に復帰いたしました。
But
これからも変わらず頑
that's
張ってい
actually
きたい
her.
と思
She
います。
made it.
応援してください。
Survived.
コリンズ博士から全てを聞きました。私、なんて言ったらいいか。ありがとう。私はいつもパパのそばにいます。あなたの娘、カレン。
Oh god, that makes that scene in Act 3 that much worse. Oh dear god. Where Karen tries to make out with Jonathan. Ooh. I mean, I'm glad that she's alive. I'm glad that she got the transplant and that Jonathan was able to provide it, especially after they destroyed what was left of Gates. But ooh, yeah. We had a little Leia and Luke moment there for a second. Right. Let's go over the cast one more time. I know Kikuko and Inoue and Kaneto Shiozawa were both in Snatcher. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else. And then even more, and then a lot of these guys came back for Metal Gear Solid. AP Officer 2, Hideo Kojima. He just couldn't not put himself in the game. Yoji Shinkawa ends up becoming the artist for the Metal Gear Solid games. Research, Hideo Kojima. Of course he'd incorporate some kind of research so that he can make some kind of pseudo-scientific, like, modification. You know, like, modify it so it's more like a pseudoscience, and then... Now, there is a post-credits scene, from my understanding, so... Animation. Studio Junio, Studio Mark. I'm gonna be completely honest. I like Snatcher's aesthetic more. I like that it's still stuck with pixel art through the whole thing. realize there's more to life than rewinding time. That's pretty much sums up how this worked, you know, how this game played out. Ed's back on his feet, just found something worth fighting for. But yeah, going back to Snatcher, I like Snatcher's aesthetic more. I like that it's stuck with the pixel art pretty much through the whole game, through every version of the game made. There were revisions, and then towards the last two versions on the PS1 and Saturn, you know, it was still pixel art, but it was definitely, I guess you could say, higher resolution, sort of on account of, you know, having more colors. But overall, I like the aesthetic, the cyberpunk aesthetic of Neo Kobe City. I would say more than I did necessarily the aesthetic of Policenauts. However, the story for Snatcher was definitely more lacking. Like, you know, oh, it turns out the robots were created by a mad scientist who simped so hard for a lady that he single-handedly wiped out half the human race, and, you know, then built a bunch of murder robots. Yeah, and I also think the game was far too short for what it was. You know, I was able to finish that in like 2 or 3. I was able to finish that in 2 or 3, like 4, like with 2 to 3 hour streams, maybe 3 to 4 for the most. But the plot definitely, it was shorter, and frankly, I don't think there were enough action segments. I mean, there were enough for, I guess, there were enough put into the game in terms as it was lengthwise to make it, you know, something like, oh cool, it's popping up now, rather than a, oh great, another shooting scene. But I also think, like I said, Snatcher, just, it didn't, oh yes, something I didn't touch on, you can, bounce the breasts of pretty much every woman in this game, including the hostage in the or in the bag store, and they went as far as to have breast bouncing supervisors. No, I am not making this shit up, I just chose not to do it because I didn't want to turn Jonathan into a perv, like I accidentally did with Gillian Seed and Snatcher. But yeah, basically, I just felt that Snatcher, it felt too short, and the plot didn't really, like, the ending of the game just felt off. It didn't feel complete. My understanding is Kojima wanted Snatcher to run for about 7 to 8 acts, I think 7 acts, and he had it all planned out. But due to timing, budget, whatever, first off, the original versions on the home computers only got 2 acts. So they left off, you know, right after, they left off when, what was it, with, you know, Mika and Gillian looking out into the cityscape, you know, like, oh man, why did Harry have to die? And then the third act adds that whole thing where Jamie gets kidnapped and busts through the Snatcher's headquarters. But, you know, the whole ending, like, you know, yeah, Random sacrifices himself, and Gillian goes off to the Snatcher factory. But I mean, you know, there's still Snatchers in the city. There's still possibly hundreds of Snatchers in the city. Funnily enough, I think SD Snatcher does the ending a little bit better. It's like a spin-off. It was like a spin-off JRPG's retelling of Snatcher for the MSX2, where a lot of things changed. There was more of an imminent threat to the, there was more of an imminent threat to the entire world. And then there's the whole thing where, Random sacrifices himself, but on account of being is a disease, yeah. But, given, yes, shoutouts to Artemio, Urbina, Mark Laidlaw, and Michael Sawyer. The last one goes by Slowbeat, one of the very first Let's Players, if not the first, and then the other 2 I'm actually in contact with some questions regarding the translation, specifically some changes they made to the Saturn version. Where Random survives on account of him being a Snatcher or Bioroid or whatever, and the 2 of them go off together. I mean, granted, it's also a happier ending because Brandon's frankly my favorite character in Snatcher. But, you know, even then, the story is just still too short, in my opinion, for Snatcher, and it ends just sort of with Gillian, you know, going off to the Snatcher factory. You really don't see what the consequences are back on Neo Kobe. You know, now you've got a bunch of Snatchers out there that aren't really going after anybody or just sort of living out the lives, you know, without really any direct orders. Like, do they try to continue Modner's work? Here, I think everything sort of gets wrapped up. Oh, wait a sec, we got our post-credit scene.
ビヨンドと地球は一続きだ。たとえどんなに離れていても、地球との関係は不変なんだ。子は親を踏み越えて成長していくが、離れるわけじゃないんだ。俺たちはいつも近くにいる。いつ
And
も
the
見
watch
守
was
っている。
moving again. The watch was ticking again. She got it fixed. Yeah, this is the same guy who put Quiet into Metal Gear Solid 5, and then came up with a in-lore reason. Supposedly, like, after you set her on fire in the prologue, or the story straight up says after you set her on fire in the opening to Metal Gear Solid 5, she is so badly burned that she can't breathe normally anymore. So Skullface feeds her the vocal cord parasites, which allow her to breathe through her skin, but as a result, she also can't speak English unless she activates the equivalent of a ticking time bomb that'll wipe out everybody who speaks English. But yeah, so like, I think Snatcher's story was too short, and it really just ended on a cliffhanger that sort of didn't neatly wrap things up. Like, it left a lot of open plot holes, like open questions, like, you know, what happens to Jamie, Katrina, and Mika. You know, who is the new chief? Mika's like, oh, there's a new chief. You'll get to meet him too. You know, here it definitely seems. I guess the game won't let us. Yeah, but here it definitely seems like he put a little effort because I guess he was able to get the whole game going. Seems like here he put a little bit more effort into you know, making sure everything was sort of set, you know, story-wise, and that he could produce the whole game from start to finish. You know, and I would say the ending here is also a bit more of a downer. I mean, yeah, in Snatcher, Random's dead, but they all, you know, but the rest of them are still living. You know, Random's dead and Harry's dead, but, you know, Gillian still has a place to come back to. Whereas here, you know, Jonathan's just going to go back to old LA to his struggling detective agency. You know, and he's just going to be stuck dealing with hostage negotiators. Beyond Coast is in absolute shambles now that the equivalent of their, like, only government has been destroyed. You know, Tokugawa's under arrest, Gates is dead, Beyond Coast's advanced police unit is pretty much non-existent now. And, you know, it does sound, though, like Ed got several promotions, which is good. But, you know, Karen's alone. You know, and unless she comes down to visit Jonathan and Earth, you know, the shutdown of the organ trade, you know, while done with good intentions, technically does mean that the flow of organs needed to keep residents of Beyond Coast alive is suddenly going to stop. You know, the implications, honestly, that given a few years from now, Beyond Coast is going to be Beyond Coast is pretty much going to be defunct and shut down, and I'm sure people are going to have to move back to Earth now that the sort of the system that was keeping them alive, you know, has been shut down. You know, even though it was illegal, it was still keeping them around. And honestly, I think that's sort of the point of Policenauts. Is like the whole point of the game. The whole theme is just the absolute, like, the ethics of living in space. You know, what it does to people physically, mentally. You know, how do we survive in space for anything beyond, you know, a small period of time? You know, it definitely raises those questions, and honestly, we're still at a point where we really haven't answered them either, since you know, we really haven't built a space colony. The closest we have to people living in space is the ISS. So, well, that was Hideo Kojima's Policenauts, brought to us thanks to an incredible team of fan translators who made it all possible and, most importantly, kept it under the radar so that Konami wouldn't try to send them any DMCA takedown requests or cease and desists before the project was over. So, yeah, with that said, that was Hideo Kojima's Policenauts. And thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you guys join me as I assist in hosting the streamathon at my college. So I'm going to put some music back on for a little bit and let the stream wind down.
Powering off.